No, I did not know you were being bullied.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even really talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
But
it's still like hard for me to talk about. What's up? It's your girl Dani DMC.
And your mama, KEC.
This is my mom. It is her debut. Welcome to the channel. Are you excited to be here?
So excited.
I thought that it was about time I bring my mom on the channel. I know none of my family has been on my channel yet. None of them love to be in front of the camera the way I do, except my mom.
Me.
My mom is the one that made me the way I am. She always had a camera in my face. She's outgoing the way I am. We have very, very similar personalities.
We're both Aries.
We're both Aries. So I thought that she'd be the perfect person out of my family to bring on my channel. And we are quarantining together. Thank God. I'm so glad I'm with my family right now and not all alone. And I hope you guys are able to be with your families too. Or if you're not, you're able to FaceTime them and just stay in touch with them, because family is everything during this time.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But since we are together, I thought that I would let you guys in on a little bit of the younger Dani DMC. And who better to give you all that juiciness than this woman here herself. So I have asked you guys to give me some questions on Instagram, and boy, did you flood me with the questions. You guys want to know all the tea. So I guess it's going to be spilled today. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So as you guys can tell,
I'm kind of in the hot seat.
I know you are.
Yeah,
you are.
But
you're prepared.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you can do this. As you guys can tell from the title below, this video is going to be questions that are a bit juicier that your mom might not feel comfortable answering, but my mom will, because she's a G.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna try.
So I'm not holding back. I took the juiciest questions that you guys asked, and specifically a lot of the questions were about me and how I was as a kid, or how my mom feels about certain things about me. So we're gonna ask all those, and I guess that you know, I'm finally just letting you into my life fully. You know, there are certain things I keep private, but we're just dishing it all out today. So are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. I'll start. Actually, I'm gonna start off with a juicy one.
Oh no.
We're not gonna
ease into it?
No, we gotta just hit it with a banger.
All right.
That's what we do here on my channel. Okay. Well, this is a question from someone that wants to know about parents in general, so not just you.
Okay.
Okay. Do parents actually want to know about their kids' sex lives / hookups? I never tell mine.
Well, I always did. I wanted to know. I felt, as the mother of 2 girls, it was important to have an open line of communication.
Yeah.
I always wanted my girls to come to me first if anything ever happened, or if they got news that was wrong. I wanted to correct that news.
Yeah.
About the body, about how it works, about whatever. So, yeah, I wanted to know. I mean, there's TMI involved sometimes.
I feel like sometimes I told you too much.
Yeah, but I would always just go, okay, done. I've heard enough.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think there's like a happy balance. I think that it's really important to, I feel like as a mom, to like let your kids know, which I think you did a really good job of, that like you can come to me, this is an honest, like open relationship, and I'm so grateful that we had an open line of communication.
Yeah, I would never want to be the last to know about my girls' sexual health.
Yeah.
As hard as that may be.
Yeah. Okay, the next question is a follow-up to that, kind of. Did Dani tell you when she lost her virginity, or did you know about it?
Well, okay, so I was always worried it was going to happen too young.
Yeah, my mom thought I was going to be a teen mom. Just say it how it was.
I did. Well, you used to tell me, you used to say, if I had when you were like 13, Mom, if I had a baby, you'd raise it, right? You did.
That is so trifling.
I forget that.
I was a really bad kid, you guys.
Like, absolutely not. I will not.
Not I.
And mind you, I can't wait to be a grandmother. But I was like, no, I will not. So don't even think about that. But I was worried that it would be too young, because I do, you know, think there's a time and place for everything.
And surprisingly, are you going to get to the point?
Well, it was still young. I don't want you to think.
I was like almost 18.
True. So that was older than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Most of my friends lost theirs at like 14, 15.
I know. I know. So I was pleased. I'll admit, when you told me, I was like, oh, really? It just happened. I thought it was a while ago. Yeah, right. That was the first thing I said. Lucky fella.
Okay, next one. How do you feel about how Dani dresses? Some families wouldn't approve. Thank you for that. First off, I don't dress that crazy.
Well, I don't know if you remember this. When you were young, you wanted to wear risque clothes.
Yeah.
And I did struggle with that a lot.
I wanted to wear crop tops a lot, didn't I?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mostly because, first of all, it wasn't allowed at school.
Yeah.
And you probably don't remember this either, but sometimes you would take clothes and change.
Yes.
And I knew that, because moms know everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And so starting at a young age, yes, I was worried about it. Now, I mean, if I'm going to be 100% honest, sometimes
keep it 100. We keep it 100
Sometimes
here.
I say to myself, that's a little risque. Like that thong bathing suit. I don't know if I would do that. And I'm kind of thinking, I hope not too many of my friends are coming over today to see this.
I only wear thong bathing suits when I'm like tanning or it's just no one's here.
True. You really do.
Yeah.
You really do. But for the most part, no. It doesn't bother me because I'm glad you're a fashion girl and I like that you're into fashion. And a lot of the stuff is totally super cute. So.
Yeah. And just a little background to my mom. Well, this might go into one of the questions is what qualities do you have in common with Dani that you love? And one thing I was going to say is, if you guys don't know, I feel like I talk about this a lot, but my mom was in the fashion industry. She was a buyer for a long time. She went to school for fashion. And if you don't know by now, my mom is bomb. I mean, her drip is just head to toe. She's always
my
on
biggest
point.
fan.
No, seriously though, you guys know. If you follow me on Instagram, quick shout out. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me. This is my @ I'm gonna put it right here.
Yeah.
But if you do, you definitely will have seen my mom on my page before, and she's just like she's my fashion
stylist
inspiration
too now. It kind of goes back and
now
forth.
that I'm older, but you are just like
Well, I've always loved clothes since I was 10 years old.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that's probably one of the qualities that you like that we have in common, right? Is like my passion for clothing.
I do. I've always liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what other qualities? Tell me all the things you love about me.
Okay, so we're both Aries, and that was good and bad.
Yeah.
But I love that you get into talking about stuff. Like I can bring up a subject with you, and we can just kind of like chew the fat, so to speak.
Yeah.
About stuff.
We both have a lot of emotional
like
depth.
Dad and Nikki, they're kind of like, talk about it, solve the problem, move on.
They're like logical, rational.
They're planners, they're logical, they're rational. And sometimes I see their eyes rolling a little bit or they're sort of nodding off when we're talking.
Yeah.
But we like to talk.
Yeah.
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 So I do appreciate that about you.
I like that a lot too. Was your relationship rocky and needed to be built with your mom, or was it always good? That goes into kind of the Aries.
Right. Right. Yeah, so the easy way to answer that question, I think, is that
we struggled a lot.
We did. We struggled a lot. So Dani was
a challenging child.
So the way I sort of sum it up is like if I said to my firstborn daughter, Nikki, don't touch that socket, you'll get shocked. When she was 2 years old, she'd go, okay, I'm never touching that socket. Where Dani would go, watch me. And let me touch it and just see what happens. So that was kind of a prelude of how things were going to go. So she wanted her way all the time. She wanted control, and I wanted control. We were both control freaks. We're both Aries.
Yeah.
And so we struggled a lot.
Yeah, it was really challenging. When would you say? Probably like 11 to 15?
It got really hard. Probably starting around 9, 10, when you got into the upper elementary grades.
Yeah.
And then it continued, and it sort of peaked at 14.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But I always said, I might as well say this now because you're going to hear this, but I always did say, I knew she was going to be a fab adult. I mean, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You do always say that.
And I did always say, I used to say to her, you should be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because you win every argument because you just don't ever stop.
But then we realized I cannot go to school for that long because, baby, school is not for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I always knew Dani was going to be a great adult, but a difficult child to raise.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely, my childhood was difficult, and there was a lot of stuff going on outside the home that was kind of making me be harder in the home, too, and I definitely was really difficult for my mom, and we have talked about it a lot. I have a lot of guilt about it, but we're letting it go. Yeah. And we have such a strong relationship now. Like, we are so close. All I want is to make my mom happy and make her smile and make up for the pain I caused.
What I hoped for and more in terms of you being an adult and how we would relate.
Yeah. I'm so grateful for the bond we have now. Did you always know Dani was going to be famous? I'm not famous. I'm like a C-list, okay? Or have a huge following.
Honestly, I'm going to say she has blown me away with what she's accomplished in less than 3 years. I'm floored by it. So I can't say no. I always thought Dani was going to be famous. I always thought she was going to be an entrepreneur. I always thought she was going to work for herself, but I didn't know what she would do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool how that path kind of originated.
Yeah.
When you were in college and you started sort of going that way towards communications and broadcast journalism, but also the music industry.
Yeah.
And how all that sort of came together, I do feel was kind of you and the universe working together to create that and have that happen. And Dad and I both are just blown away by what you've done.
Thanks.
Yeah, really.
Thanks. I remember at my graduation from college, you gave a speech, and at the end of your speech, you were like, cheer. I forget exactly how you said it, but you were like, cheers to being able to say we knew Dani, like before she was famous, but you said it in a different way. Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I'll never, because when you said that, it just stuck with me. Like, and then I moved to LA, and I was like, I gotta get it.
Wow.
Like,
Okay, I barely remember that.
Okay, next question.
Drum roll.
Okay, when was a turning moment when you realized Dani was no longer little or her innocence was lost? When I was like 3? No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, you were precocious. You know, you started wanting to wear makeup. You were trying to be precocious means like trying to be old before your time, trying to be older than you were. You know, trying to wear makeup and
being a flirt.
Yeah, being a flirt. Yeah, but when I really started to notice was when you started skating at Winterhurst. Remember that?
Yeah, I did so many like different sports and things.
Yeah, I mean, we were always trying to find activities for you, which because you had a lot of energy. You had a lot of energy. Yeah, I know.
Started kicking it in the hood.
I know you do. And so then you made some new friends, and you started going to rougher neighborhoods.
Yeah,
and you were still like 10 or 11 or something. You were young.
Yeah. That was like a hard thing as a kid too, because I grew up in a neighborhood that had like different types of people, especially like economically too, and I feel like what I always tried to get my mom to understand as a kid, but when you're a kid, it doesn't hold that much weight, is like, yes, I was in these really rough neighborhoods, but as a kid, I loved the people I was hanging around, and we were doing very innocent things, you know, sitting on the stoop, braiding each other's hair, like flirting with boys, playing board games, playing cards, etc.
But I didn't know that.
But she didn't know that, and I lied so much as a kid, so she didn't know that she could trust me. And then in the neighborhood we lived in, all the kids were like doing drugs and drinking and like stuff that I did not want to be a part of. So it was like, yeah, I'm in a rougher neighborhood, but I'm around better people. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard as a kid. So then it led to me lying a lot and finessing. But this is a different video for a different time. I have been thinking about making a video for you guys about my childhood, just because I don't talk a lot about my childhood. And there was a lot of trauma and things that happened to me, and I feel like it is kind of time that I let you guys into that a little bit. So I am thinking about making a video like that. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below, and even though it'll be a little difficult, I am going to work on it. But yeah, so I agree. I think like my innocence, I always wanted to like experience other things. I didn't want to be in this bubble or box, and I feel like at like 8 or 9 years old, I really, really felt that.
I mean, I think also you weren't being accepted by your peers at school.
Yeah, true.
So you were looking, and I didn't even really know that.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other chapter.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I think there's a question about that.
But that's a whole other deal.
Yeah.
So you were looking for kids that were going to accept you for who you were.
Yeah. Yeah, and other people too that had endured struggle. I think that was like important to me too.
Exactly.
And I think at a young age too, I just always wanted to be in Black communities. I think from a super, super young age, I always had admiration and appreciation for Black people, Black culture. And I think like at a really super young age, I just like knew that Black people had power, or were meant to have power, but like not everyone saw that. But I saw it so clearly and like so purely that those were the type of people I wanted to be around. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that was good for me, because like being in those places was an escape from, you know, the torment I was dealing with in my everyday life. Did you know that Dani was being bullied, or did you try to instill confidence in her, and how?
No, I did not know you were being bullied.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even really talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
But
it's still like hard for me to talk about, even just to myself, to my therapist.
I didn't know. So, I do think I kind of had my head in the sand a little bit. I knew that a couple of boys in your class were giving you a hard time, because you would come home and tell me that. Mm. But I didn't know the extent of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how bad it was. And I feel bad about that. I feel
but
really
also,
bad about that.
I'm also like a silent sufferer. Like, I don't like people to know what I'm going through, or I feel like I just try to keep it all inside. I didn't want to share. I didn't want like pity, or I don't know. It was really, I didn't tell like anyone as a kid.
Yeah. But I mean, I know you suffered from it, and I didn't really understand what was going on. So I do feel bad about that.
Yeah.
So wait, what was the question? So did I know you were being bullied? Oh, and did I help you?
Yeah.
I mean, the way I tried to instill confidence in you was just to accept you for who you were and have you believe in yourself for who you were.
Yeah. I feel like you led with a lot of silent confidence too, and the fact of like you just carried yourself so confidently that was my example of a woman, like how you carry yourself and how you move through life. So I feel like that was I saw that a lot from you too.
And that was just me being me, but I'm glad that's what you saw.
Yeah. How do you feel that Dani is plus size and you are skinny?
Well, I mean, you know, we're all different, right? We all have different body shapes and sizes.
Sure do.
And, you know, some moms, I guess, have daughters that are mini-me's that look just like them. I don't really with either of my girls. And I think it's kind of cool. I have a blonde, well, not anymore.
I know, I'm getting so
dark now. But I used to have a blonde, blue-eyed daughter, and then a dark-haired, dark-eyed daughter. And they're really different. My friends used to call them salt and pepper when they were little. And yeah, no, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could share clothes.
I know.
That would be fun.
Who do I? No, you know what I wish
the
more
only
than
thing we
clothes?
can shoes. I know.
Oh,
yeah,
I
both
would
you
be.
girls
You'd be mad. I would be in your
feet.
closet.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be fun to share.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Yeah.
We could share stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could just say, "Can I borrow some of your stuff if we're going out to a club in
Yeah.
LA or something?" Or
Yeah.
not to a club. Like I club
Mom
with
gets
you.
lit. Mom gets
But-
lit. Don't let her fool you.
But anyway, but no, I
Yeah.
mean, we are each our own people.
Yeah. Okay, there's like 4 questions left, but I'm gonna pick one because this video is getting a little long. How do you feel about Dani being in biracial relationships? Well, she's never seen anything else, so.
So I feel like what Dad and I both have always told you, you're gonna recognize this.
Yeah.
He has to be a good guy.
Yeah.
He has to have the
Content.
values. He should really line up with your values and goals. The thing is, I'm lucky that my parents raised me to be very open-minded about people.
My mom was also, she won't tell you, but I'll tell you she was a hippie, so that makes people different when you're raised in the hippie.
I have never admitted to her that I was a hippie. I would not say that's what I was. That's not what I would call myself, but that's what she calls me.
If you saw the pics, you would understand. And her sister tells me stories. But okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to be talking to Jen as soon as we finish this. But so my parents always raised me to not judge a person by the color of their skin or their religion or their culture. And in college, I went to a very big public university, and I met people from all over, and I dated a guy from Africa, I dated a guy from Japan. So it didn't matter to me. I was looking for really cute and really nice. I mean, that was my, back in college, you know, that was my, I mean, he had to be a really nice guy, treat me right, be cute, want to have fun. That was my criteria.
Yeah.
So for Dani, I do not care what the color of somebody's skin is. That is not what I'm after when I'm looking at my girls' boyfriends.
Yeah. Good. Shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm like very lucky, and I feel like I've talked about this in a couple videos. My parents, I think, are kind of a rare breed for white people in this country, because I will say I have a lot of friends, or I've heard stories about people that, you know, date outside their race or whatever the case may be. And like people, like I have guy friends that'll tell me that they like dated a white girl and then they went home and like her parents were racist, her grandparents were racist, or like all these horrible stories. And I just am so glad that's not what I come from. Both my grandparents on both sides are phenomenal people. They both taught me you love everybody. You judge people by the content of their character, not what they look like, not their religion. My poppy on my dad's side, you have to believe in God because he's just a godly man. That's the love of my life. But, you know, besides that, like you judge people by who they are at their core. And that's really how my parents raised me too. And yeah, I'm so blessed that they are the way they are, and they're just, me and my sister are the way we are because of my parents. You know what I mean? You don't grow up with hateful, you know, awful parents, and it's rare that you turn out to be this, you know, like activist and person that fights for people of color or people in the LGBTQ plus community. Like you don't just, it's rare that you would just become that way, you know what I mean? So I really attest that a lot to my parents and how they raised us.
You both really have been in that mode since you were young.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome.
It's important to me.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful they're like that, because if not, they would have to deal with it, because that's, you know, I'm only attracted to who I'm attracted to. I'm not going to change that for anybody. So it is what it is. All right, well, we are going to end this video. We have answered a lot of, or you have answered a lot of good questions. Hopefully this gives you guys some more, I know. Hopefully this gives you some more insight on me, my family, my mama. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad I could bring my mom here and make her be a part of the channel.
So fun to be here.
Make sure you guys give this video a huge thumbs up. Put your thumb up like that.
Please give us a huge thumbs up.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you comment below. Show my mom some love.
Show me some love.
And whatever you do, do not forget to hit that big red button screaming subscribe at you below.
Subscribe.
We love you guys so much, and I'll see you a lot sooner than you think. Bye.
Bye. Mwah.